Okay, well, this is just a thin slice of that giant papaya. That's the oatmeal. And so I just heat up the water for the oatmeal and cocoa at the same time. Do a squickie of honey, and then add all this fruit in here, which I can't do with one hand if I'm holding the camera with the other hand. But that's okay. So I mean, that one big papaya will last a week, no problem. And that's eating on it a couple times a day. There's some big hunks of papaya, isn't it? So, just add a little organic milk on top of that, and that's breakfast. And cocoa. Well, I could sit here and stare at that for 2 hours. But I want to look at that because the sun's coming up just nicely. I know, buddy. I know. Put it up there. Set it down. I know. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Right on cue, Jasper. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Whew. So I had a little visit from Delia yesterday. I'll load up that video. And yeah, had a long talk last night. That's loading up now. I don't know if everybody's done barking in the morning yet. Probably not. And it's obviously not. Chrysocolla wants to howl, so we'll be back in a second. Alright, well, I hope they're done. So, the video I did of the Ohana house, I made a private video, so if you're interested in seeing the Ohana, and you're seriously interested in coming to stay, then email me, and I'll email you the video of the Ohana house. And it's progress. If I, because this video I just did is actually a progress video. That little back house has always been a piece of work in progress. If I find something on Craigslist that would, add to it, do this to it, do that to it, then I go and get it, and add a window, do this. Actually, the 2 windows in my studio, the big picture window is made up of 2 sliding glass door, smoked windows. And they used to be in the back house for years until I was finishing the studio. I figured I could use them together like that for a picture window. And then I put other windows back out there. Architectural features continuously get moved around here. The round windows, doors and windows are subject to change. Walls, growing up, my mom kept bugging my dad about taking out the closets and making a hallway to the added-on bedroom in the back and making wardrobes and all that. And I know my stepdad, after coming home from his job, is like, and I'm sure they argued and that. But one evening I remember my mom taking a hatchet and emptying out the linen closet, took the shelves out and started hacking through the back of the linen closet wall, which broke her into the closet of one of the bedrooms, and she tore through that closet and went through the other wall, and it went to the other closet, to the opposite bedroom. So she went through the linen closet and 2 bedroom closets, boom, 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 and the exterior wall to go into what was my bedroom, which was an added-on, step-down, knotty pine room, you know, slab floor. That's why it was stepped down, because the rest of the house was raised up, you know, had a crawl space underneath it, 2-3 feet off the ground. So then my dad had to make wardrobes, built-in wardrobes on the wall for those 2 bedrooms and my bedroom too. So we made, and the other, so my dad made wardrobes out of plywood, but, you know, did rabbeted corners and trimmed them and worked on them like you would have if you were doing hardwood cabinets. He just used 3/4 inch plywood and milled it, because some of it was painted, and the one in my room was stained because I didn't want it painted because it was a knotty pine room, so he let me stain it. And I did all the finishing on all those cabinets. I remember sanding all those suckers. I think you let my sister paint them. I'm a pretty sloppy painter, as you'll see in the Ohana video. I'm slopping around with purple paint. Because, you know, I'm not a house painter, I'm an artist. I mean, I can cut a line. I can do a window jamb. But usually I'm not, because when you're painting houses or rooms, you're just covering space. You're not doing a picture, so you want to do it as quickly as possible. So anyway, the Ohana video is available if you email me and request it, okay? And give me a little info about you when you're requesting it, to, you know, familiarize yourself with me and I with you. And because I'm getting emails from a few of you already, and that's, you know, a better way if you want to have you know, private conversation or something you want to ask that you don't want to ask on the comment section. So that's the Ohana. Now let me go take another break and go get my glasses. All right, let's watch that night blooming water lily for a little while. Let me do the next section. So anyway, it still seems like it takes forever to load this up. I know my poor laptop is working overtime to do these videos, because I can hear it winding up when I go in the other room and it's working on uploading or downloading or whatever. It sure is. Boy, you guys are gonna be upset when it poops on me and there's no new videos. Because when this computer dies, I don't know what I'm going to do to replace it. I just have no, you know, I just keep pushing that bridge off. So a day it happens, then I'll have to go to Office Max and get whatever new junk they got. I actually got this Toshiba from Office Max, but they don't make them no more. Whoa, double bomb, Jasper, double bomb. You going in the house, huh, bud? Huh, bored. I guess he's bored. Or wants to go back to his soft bed. So, what else was... Oh. Yeah. it's going to take me a while to remember names because you make comments, and you know, it's a few of you. And I'm sorry, I forget your name. In New Zealand, you said you like listening to me talk about different states and stuff, and it's funny because of all the different states I've been in and various experiences you have wherever you go, it gives you an impression of, you know, the state, the region of the United States, because it's, you know, the South is definitely the South, the Northeast is the Northeast, you know, the West, the Midwest, and the Central. They are, you know, the United States is regional. The mentality seems to be regional, you know, especially like if you're in an oil state, well then, you know, you're not down on oil because you got cousins, uncles, family, brothers, sisters, you know, employed by the oil companies. So it's hard to bite the hand that feeds you. And that's anywhere from Oklahoma to Louisiana to, you know, Texas, Arkansas, everywhere. The whole center of America where all the dead dinosaurs are. Oil. So, you know, people that aren't educated and they go straight to work, they tend to follow the same path as the generations before them, you know. You get a breakout now and then, but it's a pattern, and it's I don't know if it's set up that way, but it sure does follow that vein. The whole Midwest section, all the farmers and all the, you know, red states have the mentality of, you know, America can do no wrong, and it's your duty to give up your sons and daughters to go die for freedom. God. But the fact that they're educated on TV, they believe all that hyperbole, you know, it's like, seriously? TV's fake. All that nationalism and the flyovers and the that's all Madison Avenue stage. It's just like the movie The Matrix, you know, it's all made up. Oh, God. And I think people on the East Coast and the West Coast are exposed to more. Therefore, they don't believe stuff on TV because they live it and they experience it much different than it's propagated on the Madison Avenue Zionist corporate advertising stations. Because that's all it is. But they get you under the guise of entertainment. Oh, it's entertaining. You know, I ask people, well, what do you watch that ignorant stuff for? Oh, it's entertaining. Well, so is watching a fly. You know. So is watching dogs. But ignorant entertainment dumbs you down is really sad. And that's what, you know, when I travel across the states, and I'm not cracking on any one individual, I'm just talking about the mood in general. I mean, you don't expect someone not know how to count back change when you go into a store and they're working as a clerk. You know, like in K&B drugstore in New Orleans, I handed a girl a 20, and I asked her for some quarters because I need to make a phone call. So, you know, common sense, 4 quarters, 4 ones, a 5 and a 10. That's it, easy. It took her 20 minutes to figure out how to open the register without a purchase and how to make the change, because normally the cash register tells her how much change to put it, give back because you put in how much money they gave you, and they use the machine to tell them to be their brain. It's sad that people can't count back change anymore. That's just one indication, you know. It's, you know, God. Oh, and on the other hand, if you're in New York or some hustle in, you know, Chicago or someplace, people don't give a rat's ass about you. It's in and out, boom and boom. You know, over in France, if you don't say good morning in the morning, people don't even, like, you know, want to wait on you. It's just so... And then people remark when they come out to San Francisco, they're amazed that people walking down the street say hello and good morning to you. You know, it's just West Coast versus East Coast. And the gist of that is, you saw the movie Gangs of New York, right? Well, you know, San Francisco had the Barbary Coast, but it was nothing institutionalized as much as New York is. I mean, you know, population's larger too. But it's also older and gone through more stuff. Hey, bird, get off that orchid. You'll be shaking that orchid. Oh, and the mention about that blue ginger, which I cut back, it was because it was hanging so far over the pond. I got so much of that blue ginger all over the property, I just, you know, whacked that piece off there. And the pieces that I cut off there, I just go stick in the dirt someplace else and they'll grow too. I mean, I have, I don't know. I spread that stuff all over the property because it's, you know, obviously my favorite color. And anything that's different than green, I put out by the waterfall or, you know, someplace where it will flower. This this plant right here in front, this big leafy green one, it throws out an orange flower, like fingers, orange fingers. And then the fingers spit out pink little crescents, little spikes that come out of it. So it blooms twice. It's pretty cool. And boy, you just like photobombing every segment. It's pretty amazing. You're pretty crazy, boy. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a heck of an, you know, it's a good education traveling the country. It's really good to get to know your own country, you know, including flying over to Hawaii. But I should do that. I got to do a video of that, the travel log, except it's just so long. It's unbelievable. I need to find a way that I can do that straight onto my computer, because my camera doesn't have enough memory time to last that long. And I could do it in segments, I suppose, like I'm doing this, actually. But I don't want to record it staring at the garden or something else either. So I'll have to do it to the slideshow. And I haven't got that together yet because I haven't got a microphone. Let's see if I can find one again at the beginning of the month, but I know I'm going to run into the same thing I did last time. But I'll see if there's another alternative so I can record from the comfort of my chair. That way I can make, like I've already done a couple slideshows of the truck and started the artwork file. So those are going to be my first two narrated video books tests, but I need to get a microphone, so that's that. And I'm going to go work out on the fence this morning before it gets too hot. As soon as I get the horse and the goat out. And load up this while I'm doing that, the longest part of loading up is downloading it off the camera. That takes up to a half hour. Well, 15 minutes to a half hour, depends on what's on it. And then the second part is when you make the movie with the movie maker and save it for YouTube. That takes another conversion period. And then the third time is loading it up to YouTube itself, and that takes as long as those first two steps combined. Any load up to YouTube over 30 minutes, it takes 2 hours. And I don't want to do, 5-6 minute uploads to YouTube. Too short. Lose your train of thought. I mean, this is the second or third clip from this morning, and it's already, 12 minutes. So let's cut it and come back with the sun. Well, I am surprised the zircon ain't been out here yet. He tends to sleep in the morning. Look at this big soft bed on the front porch. When I go out in the front porch, he just sticks his head up. He doesn't even get up. He just, ooh, pet me as I go by. He's out there with Sardonyx, crazy girl. God, she and Chrysocolla are just so much energy. I could put them together in the back there. That would let them get familiar. Because those are the two I want to mate next anyway. I can't imagine the colors. But I really want Jasper to get Sardonyx first for his last litter. Huh, Jasper? One more time for you, huh, buddy? I know you wanted to get her last time, but it wasn't up for summer puppies. We're going to have puppies in the winter when it's cooler. Too hot. Too stressful on the mom. So, yeah, little by little, put things together. And, yeah, it'd be great to have some company. Come on down. And those who can, I'd say move as quick as you can before the music stops. I mean, look at the Google Earth of Hawaii and see how we're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And our volcanoes aren't part of the Ring of Fire, so it's a unique location on the planet. You can see an invasion coming thousands of miles away, not like Pearl Harbor. Lightning doesn't strike twice, so we're not too worried about, being bombed by anybody out here. Even missiles got to take their time to get here. It was funny when that missile warning went off. I didn't even know about it until I called Nani and said, well, are you coming over? She goes, didn't you? She goes, I was freaking out about the air raid. And I go, no, I didn't hear nothing. And so what? If, missiles are coming, what are you going to do? Go jump in a manhole cover like they did in Oahu? What a bunch of idiots. Where are you going to go? You think being in a manhole cover is going to... The nuclear bombs that we got now are not like the atom bombs dropped in Hiroshima. If you go underground, you'll die underground. People don't understand. They haven't seen a nuclear attack. They've seen atomic attack. 1,000 times more than an atom bomb is a nuclear bomb. People just have no clue. And if those touch off, that's it for the planet, Well, that's it for us on the planet. The planet will be okay. It's not going to be too nice of a place to live anymore, that's for sure. You want to talk about acid rain. Jeez. The whole planet will be under nuclear winter. acid snow, radioactive snow. You don't want to come out, you don't want to live like those apocalyptic movies and be the last one standing, or live in a dystopian world. Why? You better hope you get it taken out quickly in the first blast. You don't want to be here after the fact. It will be hell on earth. So I don't know how the meek are going to inherit the earth, if it's going to be a, fireball. I got to go pick some avocados this morning. I see 1, 2 right there. That'll be perfect to grab. And I got to pull that vine that's going up that tree. I should top that tree is what I should do. That way the avocados will be closer to the ground. Although, since all the fruit's at the top, I'm thinking it needs more sun. So maybe I'll just leave it alone. Clean it up. Oh, maybe we'll do a work cam. How to put up a fence for no money. Free parts and your labor, and that's what it is. That concrete pyramid didn't cost that much. That was about what? 3-4 bags of cement. The rest of it was labor. A couple loads of rock. So I spent maybe $100, $200, making that 8 foot by 8 foot by 8 feet concrete and rock pyramid. I wonder how long that'll be there. I kind of don't think someone would get this property and bulldoze the pond area just to put another structure. That would be insane. But people do stupid things. Huh, Jasper, but we'll be long gone, dead to the world by then. We just hope it stays in perpetuity as a park or a museum, art gallery, like up there at Volcano House. It could be the Puna House. The Puna Peter Purple House. P. So, looks like it could be raining over there. Doesn't matter. In the cloud cover, you can do work. Even if it's sprinkling or even drizzling, it doesn't matter because it's warm. And you can get a lot of work done in this type of weather. So, we will be at it this morning. Okay, guys. I guess you got the information, you got the email, you got my P.O. box. If you want to look at the Ohana, don't expect anything, like you see on a B&B. It's a shack. It's a worker shack. It's not even painted the same color on the inside on the walls. But the video is self-explanatory, and it has pictures in it from the past inhabitants and what it looks like, lived in, and what it looks like full, with Una's pile of stuff in there. Yeah, I've seen that house go through some changes out there, so changing it to a new function is not going to be a big problem. And I got my cleaning lady back, or a new cleaning lady set up to take care of it. So, and she's coming over tomorrow, so we'll have more about that. I guess I might do some more painting out there if it gets too hot out here to work. Yeah, okay. That's it. I hear the doggies going, Yeah, and besides, my oatmeal is probably ready. So, we'll see you later in the yard.